Surprise! I'm live. It is Saturday, a little bit afternoon, and I just got done with something that I've been doing most months. Is I do a little volunteering with mindfulness and mindfulness practices for a group of folks who mentor teenagers. And so I get together with their mentors and mentees, and we do some practicing and some talking. And the topic of today was about purpose and passions. And so I wanted to share with you what I shared with them. Because even as I was kind of like writing down my notes, I was like, wow, man, this is just bringing up a lot for me, and bringing up a lot for my own like teenage self that's still like alive and kicking inside of me. And so I just wanted to share with you. And so I started off with sharing with them how glad I was to be able to talk with them about purpose, because I remember what it's like being a teenager and even like a young adult in college, and how there was so much like pressure and stress around this idea of like, figure out what you're going to do, figure out what you're supposed to do with your life. And it was just, it felt like such a weight to be carrying around. And it wasn't until, much later that I realized, like, no wonder it was stressful. No wonder it felt like so much pressure, because purpose isn't so black and white like that. And what I've come to find in doing my own practices and my own studies and sitting in stillness and allowing truth to come to me and through me is that purpose is something that isn't like a one-time thing. Like there's this one purpose that we have and that's it. And by the way, like even when I think about that right now, like how weird is that? To think about like I have one purpose in life and then what? Everything else is pointless? I don't know, right? And so how I prefer to think about purpose that feels so true to me is that purpose isn't a one-time thing. It's a way of being. It's a way of living our days. And so focusing more on doing our best every day to be in line with, and this is what I shared with them, like being in line with our morals and values and our priorities, right? Like loving our family, like being of service, like our spirituality, whatever that might mean for you, like being honest, right? Health, right? So like really doing our best every day to intentionally live by our morals, our values, and our priorities. And another way that we can be on purpose, live our days in ways that are on purpose, is by doing what we enjoy, right? Like doing what we enjoy, doing what brings us passion and joy and excitement. So I told them, it's like if it's playing basketball, if it's music, if it's art, if it's learning about certain things like that are interesting to them, if that's what you enjoy, doing that is purposeful. That is being on purpose, is doing what you enjoy, doing what you have passion around. And what I'll share with you is a little bonus of if there are ways that it ends up being of service to others, that's just like, icing on the cake, right? However, I know, and I've shared with you guys before, there are definitely times that I've just been doing what I enjoy doing, and turns out it ends up being part of somebody else's healing process, which I feel lucky to know that that's what happened. Though the reality is that there are many times in our life that we're just doing what we love and what we enjoy, and it ends up being a part of somebody's healing. But we don't ever know it. We're never privy to that information, but it doesn't mean it's not happening, that these ripple effects aren't happening. So doing what we enjoy is absolutely part of how we can be on purpose every day. And then something else that I shared with them is that part of our purpose is to be 100% who you are. Right? I think it's so tempting, especially, I remember being a teenager, and it was just like, there's certain clothes and certain things you do and you don't do, and you're supposed to be interested in this and fit that mold and da-da-da-da-da, and like, oh my gosh, right? It's just like that. It's so tempting to care about those things or to like keep up with the Kardashians or whatever it is. And really, living on purpose is being 100% you all day, every day. And standing up for your truth, whatever that is. So being 100% you is how we can be on purpose. So these are the main messages, and there's so much more that I could share about being on purpose and, being in line with your passion so that you know that you're on purpose. Like, there's so much more I can share about that. But this is what I shared with them. And I just, in case there's anybody out there who still has that teenage self who is feeling that stress and pressure of figuring it out, figuring out what is my one purpose and what am I supposed to do when I grow up. And I told them, I'm 102 years old and I still don't know what I'm supposed to do when I grow up. And that's beautiful, right? That's beautiful. That as long as we continue living life, doing our best every day, living our priorities, our values, our morals, being 100% ourselves, and doing what we enjoy, doing what inspires us. We don't have to worry about finding our purpose because we are living on purpose. And that's the big difference. So I just wanted to share that message with you guys today. Hopefully that's helpful to you and your inner teenager who's still trying to figure it out. So thank you so much for being here. A surprise live session for you guys. Every week I'll be here doing a live session. I'll try to do better about announcing my plan for when I go live so you can know to join me if you want to. But of course, this is always here in the replay. So Kathleen Michelle here, and you are in the Authentic Rising Society. Thank you for being here so we can find the ways to reconnect and live from our authenticity, because it's not just about us feeling better. It's about healing the whole world. No pressure. All right, so much love to you guys. I'll see you around in the group. Have a great weekend.